Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I wanted to share with you guys my Charles de Gaulle haul. Before we get started, I do want to let you know that some of the links in the description box below are affiliate links, which means that if you decide to click on them and make a subsequent purchase, I will earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. So back in July, I went on a trip that had me routed through Paris and, of course, killing time between flights. I ended up perusing the gorgeous shops that are available in the airport. It includes Hermes, Chanel, Louis, you know, all of them, you name it, they've got it. I mean, what an airport. As far as the shopping, it's fun. So needless to say, I did some damage there. I did some purchasing on the way to my destination for my vacation and then on the way back. So I wanted to share with you guys the items that I did pick up. Now on the way there, I did my damage at Hermes. And this is my first time buying anything from this fashion house. And so I'm really excited to give this brand a try. There were a couple smaller items. I've lovingly called them the Hermes starter pack as a good way to kind of dabble your toes into a fashion house, and especially a fashion house like Hermes. I think these are good pieces to kind of start with, and like I said, they were kind of on my radar, so I wanted to just peruse and see if they even had them and what color combinations they had. I did have one in mind that I really wanted, and they did have it. So we will start with that one. And before I start showing you guys everything, obviously all these places had these items beautifully wrapped and ribboned and all that good stuff, but obviously on the way back stateside you do end up having to go through customs. They end up unwrapping them, which is such a heartbreaker for a YouTuber when you want to really share those things with your subscribers, but you know, such is life. And I guess I could have sat here and re-ribboned them, but you don't want to watch me do a ribbon. Like, we just want to get into the main event. So let's start with the first one here, and this was the one that, like I said, I was hoping to find. And when I asked the sales associate, what do you have in this style as far as colors are concerned, this was literally the first one she showed me, and it was the one I was hoping to get. So without further ado, let me share with you this lovely little item. And I have to tell you, I'm sure I will slaughter the living, I don't know what, out of the pronunciation on these colors, so I will just write them here down below so you know what the color combo is. But with this one, you can see it is the Calvi card holder, and this is in their Evercolor leather, and it is a two-tone red. I don't know, when I saw this color, I can't even remember how I stumbled on it. I think I probably was looking at the Calvi card holders online and just wanted to see what was available. I ended up seeing this guy on there and I absolutely loved it. I obviously hadn't pulled the trigger at that time. It sold out. I kept thinking about it and hoping that maybe one day I could find it maybe on the resale market or what have you, but I ended up having even better luck by picking it up in Paris at the airport, fresh from the boutique. And this is just simply gorgeous. I just love that it is a two-tone red. They call that the verso. So that's when you have two colors. There are others that are just one color. So like whatever's on the exterior is also on the interior. If you've watched my videos before, you know that this bears a striking resemblance to the Senreve wave card case. I do believe they drew their inspiration from Hermes. And that was just a good way for me to see in general if this style was something that would work for me. And I absolutely love my Senreve wave card case. So I knew that if I just kind of spent a little more and got an Hermes, that it wouldn't be a waste of money for me. I knew I would love it and enjoy it. So I was so pleased that when I asked her what they had available in the Calvi card holder, that the first one she showed me was the one I was hoping to find and add to my collection. So that is item number one. The second item I purchased from Hermes comes in this lovely little box as well, and I think it is a nice complement to the Calvi card holder. So let me open up this guy here and show you what is inside. As always, we've got the nice tissue here. And in this beautiful little box is their Bastia coin holder. And this is their Mysore leather, I think. It's goat skin, and it feels a bit more tougher and durable compared to the Calvi, which I actually hadn't touched on. But the Calvi card holder, the Evercolor leather, is butter. It is buttery soft to the touch. It is fantastic. Not gonna lie, part of me is a little worried on how it's gonna wear over time, but I will be sure to show it love and take care of it to ensure that it has a long and beautiful life with me. This one is a little more durable in my opinion and a bit tougher, which I think is needed considering this is a coin holder. And this is only my second coin holder that I have just from any fashion house. As you know, I own the Louis Vuitton round coin purse with the Vivienne in Venice on it. I have yet to use it. I am so unbelievably obsessed with that print and that picture. I honestly consider that item a work of art. Like, I don't want to use it. It's actually something that I would just display as artwork. So I have not used it, and for all intents and purposes, I really don't have a coin holder. And so I figured that this would be the coin holder that I could take all my coins out of that infamous Ziploc bag and put them into something a little more pretty. So this is a gorgeous, gorgeous coral color. The exterior color here is called Rose Texas, and then it also is a verso, meaning it has that contrast, and I believe the color is called Quebracho for the inside. It is an absolutely gorgeous color. I had eyed it for some time online, again, as I did the Calvi, but never pulled the trigger just because I wasn't really sure what the color was in person. Like, sometimes I felt like the color pulled more coral, at other times it looked a little more pink or more orange, and I just wanted to see it in person, and I wasn't in an awful rush to get it, so I never, really went out of my way. But having had time at the airport to kill, I went in and they thankfully had this, so I was able to finally see this color in person. I absolutely love it, obviously, because I did purchase it, and I do think that it is a lovely complement with the red. So let me put them here next to each other. I feel like when this is near the Calvi, it kind of pulls a little more red or even pinky, so that it does go really well together, I think, at least. And initially when I was looking at a Bastia, they did have the one in the interior red color here, and obviously that would be a more perfect match or what have you. But first, that one did not have like a contrasting color on the inside, which I obviously and personally prefer. But again, because this leather is so much softer to the touch compared to this, and knowing that I was going to use this for coins, I wanted something a little more durable. And obviously this way, then I also get variety in leather and color, and I absolutely love these two little pieces and can't wait to start using them and see how I enjoy using them for my cards and coins. So like I said, on my way to my travel destination, I did my shopping at Hermes, and on the way back stateside, I did my shopping at Chanel. So let me show you the two items that I picked up from one of my very favorite fashion houses. We will start with the smaller of the two that is in this lovely box right here. As always, they've got the beautiful velvet pouch, and this has the beautiful zip coin holder. I think it's technically a coin holder. I use it as a card holder. I think most people do. I think the name technically is coin, but this is a card holder for me, and it is in the beautiful black caviar leather with gold hardware. Now this is an item, let me actually, before I start talking to you about it, let me just show you a quick tour of it. This one features a pocket on the back out here, which I absolutely love. Older models did not have that, so I do love and appreciate the fact that they included this at the back, just so you can have a card just really at the ready and not requiring you to get into the main compartment, which is like so. 3 little accordion slots right here. You can see that's the authenticity card right there, and this beauty was made in Spain. And so getting into what I was about to tell you, so this is an item that I do not have in my collection. I did share with you guys a little while back that I had the red 19 version. I have since parted ways with it. I just, as much as I loved it, my heart really wasn't singing when I saw it, so I wanted to free up that space in my collection for one I would love. And so I had always been wanting to add like a classic one, obviously, be it quilted or chevron. And anytime I would find myself at Chanel and asked to see what they have in this particular style, either I felt like the leather looked a little dull and just not rich enough to my liking, or it pains me to even say that this is something I've observed, but like the logo is not placed straight. Like it looks like it is misaligned, like it's a little angled one way or the other. And at these price points, you guys, these things should be a non-issue. These aren't things you should be looking out for, so to speak. And not to say that I was looking out for them, but they immediately caught my eye, be it the fact that I just didn't like the look of the leather, or I felt like the logo here looked off center or a little higher on one end versus the other. So I never had the opportunity to re-add this style to my collection. While I was killing time at the airport, I popped in and just asked them to see what they have, and she had this in both this gold as well as in a silver hardware. And I have to admit that I kind of liked the feel of the silver hardware more. It was a little softer, the leather, but the gold just popped more. It was just, you know, it's gold. It just gave it a more rich look. And the leather here, the caviar, you can see, I mean, it is shiny, and I just love how rich and luxe it looks. Like, I'm telling you, when I was looking for this stateside, or if I was traveling in a different state and just kind of asking to see what they had, just when I would see the leather, I didn't like it. Just point blank, I just did not like the look of the leather. And with this one, I absolutely loved it. And yes, the silver one, in my opinion, felt a little softer, but this is tougher, more durable is what I'd like to think. So hopefully it will withstand the test of time and retain its beauty a bit longer. I would hope all of them do, but you know, just the things you say to yourself to argue for or against an item, I guess, right? So I just, you know, I wasn't planning to grab this, especially after having committed to the next item I'm going to show you, but I also couldn't pass this up because, like I said, I was having such a hard time finding one that ticked all the boxes for me as far as the alignment of the logo and just the look and general overall feel of the product in my hands and the shininess of the leather. So once I saw that this one kind of ticked all those boxes, I was like, add that to the list. So here we are, we've got this item, and let's move on to now the second item that, like I said, I had committed to first. So the last item from my Charles de Gaulle haul is in this lovely box here, also from Chanel. Let me open up this box and show you the beautiful velvet dust bag. The 21B wallet on chain. Oh, you guys, I wish you could touch this. It is so soft and puffy and cushy and smushy. The feel of this caviar leather, I mean, it feels like a pillow. I love the feel of this. It is gorgeous. And the CC, you guys, like, okay, let's just talk here. So when I first saw pictures of this, the quality and the detail that immediately drew me in was the CC. Now, their wallet on chains typically feature the hardware roughly at this size in the center quilt right here. Now, in my opinion, I think it's a little small. I kind of want it to show a little more, if I'm being perfectly honest. So I never could bring myself to make that purchase for a wallet on chain with that little CC. I always wanted something larger. But then when I've seen different, you know, seasonal walks, wallet on chains walk, the larger CC just didn't work for me for whatever reason. Like, I know there was a season where half of it was hardware, half of it was leather, and it just didn't vibe with me as far as, like, it felt like the logo was cut off. I think there were some that were like a pearl CC, and it was gorgeous, but just, again, not my personal vibe. No shade, obviously, against those other releases, but you obviously want to get what works and resonates with you, and those just didn't. So when I saw pictures of this one, I was like, oh, now we're talking. Now we are talking. So I love, like, I mean, it just, as far back as you can go, like, the logo just pops, and I absolutely love it. Now, there are a couple of things that initially I didn't love, but now have kind of learned to love as far as this wallet on chain is concerned. So let me just open it up for you and show you. If you're not familiar with a wallet on chain, this is how it looks on the inside. You've got the compartments right there, the 6 credit card slots, the main compartment here, a zip compartment right up here, and then this little slip pocket, and then also you've got this zip here that goes all the way down, actually. So it's really, really, like, for as little as it is, there's a lot going on. There are a lot of compartments and a lot of ways to stay organized, which is great. Let me talk to you about the couple details on this wallet on chain that I initially did not love, but have since learned to really love and appreciate. First things first, the chain. As you can see, it is not your traditional Chanel chain. It doesn't have the woven leather through the chain. It is just a chain on its own. And as you can see, it's not just a plain chain. There's some pizzazz and details to it that you wouldn't normally see on your traditional Chanel chain. You've got obviously a series here, and then you've got a larger link right there that, if you can see, hopefully it focuses well, you can see there's almost like some quilting effect to it in that hardware. And like I said, initially I had kind of hoped to have the traditional Chanel chain, but now I'm really loving and appreciating the look of this chain. It makes the wallet on chain a little more edgy, a little more casual looking, a little more versatile, at least in my opinion. And if you can see here, let me flip it, you can see here there's a plaque that isn't on this chain anywhere else, just this one area that has a plaque that of course says Chanel right there. So I think, you know, the more I look at it and the more I take in the details on this chain, the more I appreciate it. As you can see here, you've got some leather at the top where it would rest on your shoulder. So no worries of a chain digging into your shoulder, which is a huge plus. And yeah, like I said, initially I was just kind of a bit bummed that it wasn't your traditional chain, but the more I look at it, the more I love and appreciate the look of this chain so much. So I'm actually just really happy and loving it. The next detail on this particular wallet on chain that initially I was like, but now I love, is the hardware itself. As you can see on this CC as well as on the chain, this is not shiny gold. This is antique gold. So it's a little more kind of, I don't want to say worn looking, but I think if you look closely enough at this hardware, like you'll see places that kind of almost look like they're becoming more silver in color. So, you know, it's a more casual look. Again, kind of similar to the style of the chain itself. The hardware also lends itself to making this wallet on chain a little more casual looking, which for me, I think is a huge plus. Initially, I had hoped it was shiny gold because I guess that's just what I'm used to. But you know, shiny gold kind of leans a little more fancy and dress up. And I want to use and wear this whenever I want. You know, I don't want to feel like I'm wearing a relatively casual outfit and then kind of forcing that wallet on chain to my outfit and then having it just kind of look weird and off. And I think that having this brushed antique gold look kind of makes it a little more casual looking and a little more versatile. So I feel like because of that detail now, I can really wear this casually with like a t-shirt and just joggers and just run out of the house and not feel like it looks weird. But then I can also dress up to the nines, toss this on, go out to dinner, and it's just going to fit right in just as well. So those are just two little details that initially, like I said, I was just kind of a bit, you know, not sold on, but kind of the more I thought about it and the more I looked at it and considered the options and the pluses behind the antique gold and the chain versus your traditional Chanel chain, I've just really come to love and appreciate these little detail differences in this particular wallet on chain compared to their more traditional wallet on chain. So those are the items that I picked up during my time over at Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. Let me know your thoughts on the items that I picked up, be it the Bastia or Calvi from Hermes or the zip coin card holder from Chanel or their wallet on chain. I'd really love to know your thoughts regarding the Hermes items because, like I said, that's my first dabble into that fashion house, the first time I'm getting anything from there to try and use in my day-to-day life. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on it and any tips or suggestions on how to preserve them and keep them looking, you know, spick and span and lasting a very, very long time. If you perhaps maybe were considering the seasonal wallet on chain here, this 21B, let me know your thoughts on it now that you've seen it, quote, up close and personal as much as you can via a YouTube video. The zip card holder that I purchased from Chanel, you know, have you been considering it? Have you been perusing your local boutiques? And have you had the issues I've had as far as your personal preference on the look of the leather or maybe the logo and the alignment of it? You know, all those kind of things. Just whatever you have as far as a thought or an idea or a suggestion, definitely let me know in the comments below. Share all that good stuff with me. We'll talk about the amazing fashion houses of Chanel and Hermes this week. If you like this video, definitely make sure to give it that thumbs up. More importantly, hit that subscribe button right there, because I'd love you to continue joining me on my YouTube journey and watching all my videos. And to ensure that you don't miss any of my videos, definitely make sure to ring that bell there. That way you'll be notified every time a video goes live on my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.